Hey, all my Crimsonites, and welcome to the Crimson Cure channel, where we embrace our femininity, increase our womanly values, and celebrate our brothers. So join me on our feminine journey to learn, heal, and grow. Hey there, my Crimsonites, and welcome to the Crimson Cure channel. I'm your hostess, femininity coach, and author of The Crimson Cure, and this is my perspective. So we got a real interesting video right here of a woman crashing out because the father of her child is being forcibly given custody of the child. And you know you got to be messed up because it's saying that he was in prison at one point, has been out maybe about 5 years, and they are, well, after 5 years of prison, rather. And they are now, DCFS is now awarding him custody of the child. You know how messed up you got to be for what essentially would be a convicted felon to be given custody of a child. So what we're going to do is we're going to listen and then we're going to talk about it.
Oh, you're not getting her. He's not getting her. We're in a fight. Y'all
don't. Yeah, I ain't worried about her. DCFS called my phone 2 months ago and said 2019 they found my daughter in the room with loaded guns and bag of dope. Whenever my daughter was 1 year old, you know, I was in prison. I'll be honest with you. I did five years in prison. I was incarcerated 2006 and I came on 2021. But since that, all type of DCFS cases, all type of warrants since I was in prison and everything. But yeah, she's homeless. I mean,
we're gonna have to figure out a way because the way she's acting, we might have to handcuff her and put her in a car.
Yeah, and like I said,
just so you can come get
please do not let her go back in there with this.
We're not going to. That's not gonna happen.
No, you're not getting her. He's not getting her. We're in a fight. Y'all.
And as you can see, the women in the comments not rocking with it. This one says, if a dad who just got out after 5 years wins custody over the mom, trust me when I say there's a reason. Sounds like she's better off with the dad anyway. Well, definitely a reason. I'm glad he has his daughter. Quoting from the video, she homeless with multiple DCF cases. Sounds like DCF gave him custody. Says she can still see her baby, but the child better off with the dad until she can get her life together. Like I said, you know you're acting a fool with this child when DCFS has been trying to get in contact with this man while he was incarcerated. And as soon as he gets out and they realize how they can really contact him, they have been contacting him and telling him what's going on in terms of like, because she's not going to tell it. If he's coming around trying to see his daughter, she seemed like the type that don't let him see his daughter, mainly because she's hiding the dysfunction that she's doing. She doesn't want him to not necessarily so much as not see the daughter, but she don't want him to come around so that he can see all of the other foolishness that's going on around his daughter so that he can actually bid for custody for his daughter. Though even the way that she's reacting and trying to crash out with the police and trying to cry and fight, I don't understand what the tears are for, because it seems like you're a negligent mom. It seems like you're not a good mother to begin with or without the involvement of this man. It seems like you are up to a lot of foolishness. You put the daughter in a lot of precarious situations, potentially dangerous situations, inappropriate situations that a child should not be in. And so therefore, you don't need custody. You know, it looked like you do drugs and you run with the wrong crowd. It looked like you be having all kind of, Negroes in and out, or you will lead a baby with anybody. She looked like one of them. So it's definitely best for the father to have custody of his child. Okay. And she needs to go through whatever she needs to go through. But ain't nobody trying to feel them tears, because whatever that you're doing with the daughter, and DCFS got to constantly come back and forth with you, and they got an open case with you, concerning your child, you don't need your child. You don't need your child. You're not just a struggling mom who's doing her best. You're doing whatever. DCFS got an active case with you. Negligence and all sorts of things. Okay? For them to be chomping at the bit to hand the child to the child's father, and the father has a conviction on his record, that says so much about her. It say a lot about other family members who may be either unable or unwilling to take the child, nowhere else to place the child, and things of that nature. Yeah, better off with her dad. He seemed more level-headed. He seems like he at least not gonna put the baby in, harm's way, and at least not gonna put the child in, crazy situations. He gonna try to take care of her because the mama not taking care of her. This much is obvious. The mother is not, she's not doing anything worthwhile with this kid. She does not need this child in her custody. She does not need this child in her possession at all. She one of them women that does like to run the street and she like to do whatever. And so she's not a mother. She got that kid, and that kid is an encumbrance to her. That child is a hindrance to her. That child is, gets in her way of doing whatever it is she want to do. Okay? She probably pawns that baby off on friends, family, grandma, whoever, just whoever. Just whoever. Whoever will take her for the moment. You have her. I don't want to deal with her. And then you want to try to crash out with the police and cry and fight, girl. What you crying for? See, all of that just be all of that is a show. All of that is, all of that is a show. All of that is a farce. This is just theatrics. She don't care nothing about that kid. Superficially at best. But she's certainly not trying to think of the best way to take care of that child. She does not seem to be responsible, a responsible mom. Because if you're a responsible mom, ain't no way DCFS is forcing to take that child from you like this. Ain't no way. Whatever DCFS says you doing, you doing it. You doing it. You doing it. I'm just happy that the baby will be with somebody that care about her. And not like in these foster homes where, a lot of that's sometimes not better than where the child come from. So, it seems like the father will protect her and try to raise her right to the best of his ability. So that's what I'm glad about. But jump down in the comment section. Let me know what you think. Like, share, subscribe to the channel if you have not. Once again, I'm your host, The Crimson Cure, and this was my perspective. Bye-bye, Crimsonites.